Hi, guys. Happy Sunday. I really wanted to jump on really quickly this evening just to talk you through a little bit about our 3-day menopause refresh and reset, which starts tomorrow, 4th of October. And I'm really, really excited actually. Can't wait to get started now. So, for those of you who are wanting to join in, hopefully you've downloaded the meal plan, which I posted yesterday, so that you can actually have the foods and things that we've got on the meal plan. Now, some of you are actually thinking, I'm going to just watch what happens over the next few days, and then maybe I might have a go, I might not. And that's absolutely fine. I tend to find a lot of people get quite nervous about doing something when it's a structured specific course or a program, and they think that there's all these tricks and things that are going to catch them out, and it's nothing like that at all. The idea of doing this program just for 3 days is just to try and get some balance back in our lives. We have started a new month, and therefore why not start thinking about a new you, maybe some new habits that are going to take you through into the next few months going into autumn winter. And in autumn or winter, we can actually get to feel quite low. After those gorgeous summer months, we have less vitamin D coming through our bodies. And if you are in the menopause, you will find that your slumps can be a little bit greater purely because we are in that sort of autumn winter sort of lower energy level times of the year. It does depend on where you are in the world. Obviously in the UK, that means that we are going into our colder season, shorter days, longer nights, and that can sort of make you want to cozy down and comfort eat and not necessarily take as good care of yourself as you want. So I thought, let's do something that's going to really pick you up and make you feel great and give you some energy. Now, the meal plan itself, it's really lovely. It's got some really nutritious food on it, and it's got stuff there that you have a few snacks, but something that's just going to give you energy rather than sap your energy, and it's going to help balance your hormones. So if you are dealing with menopause symptoms at the moment, and that can range from all sorts of ones, you'll be really surprised at how much more balanced you'll feel, and quite a few of those can actually ease off within the 3 days. So hot flashes can actually ease a little bit because we're trying to not spike our hormones. We're going to be looking at calming ourselves, whether it's through a little bit of exercise, some self-care, some proper sleeping. We've got a few things that I want you to do. So what I've done is I've actually put in my Facebook group, Fitness with Ailsa, and also onto the 50 Shades of Menopause, a daily schedule. And if you have a look at that, it gives you an outline of exactly what you need to do for the 3 days. There are 5 elements that you're going to include. And the first one is going to be looking at just drinking more water. So when you wake up after a night's sleep, so first thing tomorrow morning, I'd really like you to make sure you have a really nice big glass of water. Now, if you don't like water as it is, you can have it as a hot water with some lemon. You can put some actual fruit into it to make it flavor. Don't use any cordials, keep away from those sorts of things, but just have something that's water based. And the reason for that is that during a night, we dehydrate. And so in the morning, you can sometimes feel very foggy headed. You can actually feel very low first thing in the morning. And it's a Monday, so you know it's the beginning of the week. So I want you to feel as positive as you can. And in order to do that, hydrating your body, getting that water into your body, and helping your brain clear itself and get some toxins out of your body is a perfect way to start the day. So I will be doing a Facebook Live tomorrow morning at 7:15 GMT. So I'd love you to join me just to get a little bit of a boost in the morning to get yourself started off on the right track. I'll be joining you with probably my hot water so that we can all get going together. Now, I'm going to be doing this with you over the next 3 days. I'm going to be doing the program. So I do hope I'm not going to be doing it alone. Now, what I'd like you to do this evening, if you can, now I was mentioning in one or two of the other little posts I've done about doing a journal. Now, you don't have to have this journal specifically, but this is the one that goes with my book, Don't Sweat It, Manage Menopause. And this journal is great because it just gives you pointers as to what to write down for yourself, to give yourself a bit of a starting point as to where you are right now. So when you do anything, even if you're just going to be doing these 3 days, it's a really good idea just to write down how you feel right now. You know, what symptoms are you going through? Are you having the Sunday blues? Are you feeling a little bit overwhelmed with your week? Have you had hot flashes today? How is your tummy feeling? Are you feeling bloated? Are you feeling overweight? Just outline where you're at, especially where your headspace is. Okay, so that's a really good first point to do. And the reason is because actually when you start feeling better, you forget how rubbish you did feel. And that's not to say that you want to remind yourself, but what's happened sometimes is if you think, actually, I'm going to carry on with this type of program, keep going, keep moving forwards, you can look back as to seeing the reasons why you want to. You've maybe reduced some of your symptoms, even in the 3 days. You'll be quite surprised by day 4 how you feel. And if you look back and think, gosh, I feel so much better now, I'm going to carry on, you can make your brain think further forward. At the moment, if you're not in a great space, you might be thinking 3 days sounds a long time. So let's just talk one day at a time. So let's just start off with today. So if you're starting tonight, just getting yourself ready, always pre-plan a little bit ahead if you can. So as I say, write down in your journal where you're at. That's the first thing that's really helpful. I would really try not to eat after 7 o'clock tonight if you can. If you're used to snacking into the evening, I would try and just pull that back if possible. Have something like a hot water this evening rather than a tea or coffee with caffeine in. Try and make sure you don't have any caffeine really after 5 or 6 in the evening. But if you can just reduce that down, that would be really helpful for you. There's 2 reasons for that. Caffeine obviously spikes your hormones, and if you're going to bed having had caffeine, you sometimes find it very difficult to go to sleep. Then you fall into a very deep sleep, and then you'll probably have a bit of a wakeful time around 2 to 4 o'clock in the morning, and that can be insomnia based, and it could also be hot flashes, and that's really triggered by what we eat the previous day plus the caffeine if we've got it going through us. So we're going to try and just detox a little bit through these 3 days if we can, reduce the amount of caffeine in your day. If you can reduce it down to 1 drink, that would be fantastic. But if not, try and use a decaffeinated version of anything that you drink, or choose a herbal option or water. That would be brilliant. Okay, so after 7 o'clock tonight, try not to eat anything and try and maybe have something hot, like hot water, soothing for your body. Okay. The other thing I'd like you to try and think about over the next 3 days, including tonight if you can, is going to bed half an hour earlier. Sleep is one of the most important things our bodies can do. And, if we actually manage to get an extra half an hour of sleep. Now, if you do wake up and have insomnia, I'm very wakeful between 2 and 4 in the morning. Any stress that's going through my day comes out and hits me in the face at that time of the morning, because I'm then processing how I'm managing it and what crazy dreams I get. Now, if I actually make sure I go to bed half an hour earlier, I turn off my computer and turn off my phone half an hour before I go to bed, and actually do some nice, I call it sleep hygiene, where you actually just manage going to bed, make the bedroom feel nice, have a nice either a bath or a shower, just make yourself feel good, calm your mind, do something like a puzzle or a crossword or something that's not phone related or computer related, then that's a really good way to calm your mind down. And actually journaling at that time of the night is a brilliant time, because you offload everything that's in your head onto something else, and then your brain isn't trying to work it out as you go through the night. That also helps to reduce your stress level, to reduce the amount or number of hot flashes. If you are going through that, it can actually be triggered a lot in the night. So lots of good reasons for this, but I don't want to overwhelm you with it. Just try to not have caffeine, go to bed half an hour earlier, have some hot water, and try not to eat after 7 o'clock this evening, and do a little bit of journaling. Then for tomorrow, if you've actually looked at the meal plan, just plan out which meals you're going to have. Now, I've given you 3 breakfasts, 3 lunches, and 3 evening meals. If something you prefer on another day that you want to do on day 1, just go with what you'll be able to do. Just take one day at a time, okay? Now, what I'm going to do later on today is I'm actually going to be putting on tonight the workout that you're going to be able to do tomorrow. So if you're not used to exercising in any way, please don't worry about that. It's an option for you to do. And I've given you 3 different workouts, and they're all for all fitness levels. So I just want you to just energize yourself more through the day. So if you're used to sitting at your computer for 8 hours, I really would like you to try and find some time in your lunch hour, or if you get 15 minutes in the morning or the afternoon, go for a walk, get up, move around, and get some activity going in your body. You will feel better for the rest of the day. And also you need to move those joints and those muscles, because if you don't use it, you lose it. And you also get a lot of joint ache and muscle ache when we go into our menopause. As our hormones deplete, especially estrogen, that really helps support your joints and helps support your muscles, helps support your skin, lubrication through our body, all sorts of things. And so by not keeping active, you're actually going to be exacerbating those feelings. So I really want you to just lift your energy levels. And that way, if you're eating more cleanly, which you're going to be if you're following the plan, and you move more, you're going to feel so much better towards the end of each day, because you're not going to have that lethargy and that fatigue. Now, if you're dealing with major fatigue at the moment, the thought of exercise, you might think, God, I don't want to do any exercise. But exercise can actually give you energy if you do it in the right way for yourself. Now, if any of you have actually bought my book and have gone through, the causes of some of the symptoms that you go through, there are 40 symptoms in menopause, as we know. If you've gone through some of those things, you'll actually see the reasons why I'm asking you to do these things. And that's one of the reasons I was wanting you to have a look at this ahead of it, or read it whilst we're doing it together. Because actually, when you're given a reason as to why you're feeling like you do, it just means it's almost like a bit of a no-brainer to help yourself and do something. So the idea is to sort of start valuing yourself a little bit more, to give yourself that sort of encouragement that you've got this, that you can actually keep going and feel better, but just look at it as small steps each day. Okay, so let's not look at the end of the week, let's just look at what's happening tonight and tomorrow, and that seems a little bit more manageable. So that's the thing I really wanted to talk to you today about, is just to keep things in a much more manageable way. If you're wanting to just watch the program as I take you through it, because I've decided to do it on my Fitness with Ailsa page and on the 50 Shades of Menopause, some of you are in a head state that you just don't think anything's going to work. You've tried everything and nothing's going to work. And the thing is, when we're in our 40s and 50s and 60s, we've most probably tried a zillion diets and none of them have worked for long periods of time. We've probably gone back to what we tried to do when we were in our 20s and 30s and it's not worked. And there's really good reasons for that. And that's all hormone related that you probably are not told about when you're doing a diet. That's why I want you to have a clean eating program. So if you do download the meal plan, but you haven't got all the food, don't worry. And don't worry about either whether you join in day 1, day 2, or day 3. Even if you get one day started and that is a real achievement for you, then I'm here to support and help. And that's one of the reasons I'm doing the Facebook Lives each day, to keep that encouragement going, because we all need to feel that we have somebody that understands. So always make sure you comment below. If you need any additional support, please let me know. Ask any questions and I really will try and answer what you need to try and help you get through. So try and change your headspace this evening into something really positive if you can. I'm going to be posting a video just about positive headspace, just reinforcing what I've just said in this live now. And I really, really hope that you will join me over the next 3 days, because by Thursday, we're going to be feeling great. One of the things I do want to remind you of and warn you about when I put into the video about what to expect with this, is that if you are coming off caffeine, you may get that sort of detox head. It can feel sort of like a little bit of a band across your forehead of headache. And that is where your body's detoxing from caffeine. Caffeine, remember, is it does stimulate you, and you think, oh my God, I'm really tired. I'm going to have a coffee or a tea. Just remember, what happens is it spikes your hormones. You feel great for maybe 5 minutes, and then you have a really big low afterwards, because your body's then trying to rebalance itself and think, oh God, now what am I going to do? Trying to find its equilibrium, always trying to find the equilibrium, and sometimes it's right down here. So don't go for the caffeine. That's one of the reasons I keep saying that. Don't do the caffeine thing. But anyway, I don't want to keep going back over that. What I want to say is, let us start the day tomorrow really positively. I really want you to just start thinking clean eating. Let's just not go for things that are going to trigger us to spike hormones. We want to keep everything nice and balanced. And I just want you to feel really positive. As I've said, comment below if you've got anything that you want to ask me this evening. I will be checking in and seeing that you're all okay. I'm going to be coming on to Facebook Live, onto the YouTube channel, and also onto 50 Shades of Menopause at 7:15 in the morning, just to give you a bit of a boost. But make sure when you have a look at the daily schedule that it works for you. If you don't have the time during the day to do the little bits that I'm asking you to do, plan a scene either first thing in the morning or at the end of your day. But just make sure that you make yourself accountable. And if you want to make yourself accountable by commenting below, then just tell me what you've done. I'd love to know. I always love to hear how people are sharing. I also would love to know what you think of the recipes and how you're finding them. The most important thing is that you're going to feel full and you're going to feel energized, and you're not going to be craving things, hopefully, as you go through the day, especially if you're drinking the water and just following exactly what's on that plan. All right, ladies, have a brilliant rest of your evening. I'm here for you, and I'm really, really hoping that we can enjoy doing this together. It should be fun. I don't want it to be stressful. I want it to be fun, and we're all in this together. So have a great rest of your evening, and I will look forward to seeing you at 7:15 tomorrow morning. Take care.